8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. The President says that smart agriculture will be introduced to villages with the support of the government and the private sectors. Several roads in Colombo closed for traffic tonight due to bad weather. Landslide warnings have been issued to several districts in the island. Another road development project has been vested with the public in Polgasovita. Notice on new e-visa system for Maldivians travelling to Sri Lanka. In foreign news, race to rescue villagers trapped after deadly landslide in Papua New Guinea. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that smart agriculture will be introduced to villages with the support of the government and the private sectors. Through this program, the economic situation can be improved by earning in foreign exchange. There is a need for entrepreneurs to utilize modern technology in agriculture. The export-oriented economy should be recreated. Attention will be focused to direct the youth community to take part in agricultural activities. He made these remarks at a youth district summit held at the Dorayappa playground in Jaffna. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced that the initiative to provide job opportunities for unemployed youth will commence once the country overcomes bankruptcy this year. The President also mentioned that next year will see the launch of a program aimed at introducing modern agriculture to villagers in collaboration with private companies to revitalize the export economy. The youth of Jaffna had the opportunity to directly present their needs and concerns to President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Chairman Director General of the National Youth Service Council, Pasindu Gunaratne, was also present at the event. Later, the President joined to watch a cultural performance that showcased the talents of the local youth. The Met Department issues a warning notice to several sea areas today as well. It will be in effect until 12 noon tomorrow. Accordingly, sea areas from Mannar to Colombo, Galle and across Hambantota to Portwell will be rough. The wind speed can be up to 70 kilometers per hour in these areas. The fishing communities have been requested to refrain from engaging in fishing activities until further notice. Meanwhile, further landslide warnings have been issued to several districts in the island. The warnings have been issued to Colombo, Kalutara, Kagala, Nuwara, Ratnapura, Gampaha and the Kandy district. The Sri Lanka police says it has decided to close several roads in Colombo for traffic tonight in order to avoid a repetition of the incidents during the last 2 days due to the current weather conditions. Accordingly, police media spokesman DIG Nihal Talduwa said that Braybrook Place, the cemetery roundabout in Borella to the Tunmulla Junction, Bautaloka Mawata, and the stretches of road from Dr. Lester James Pieris Mawatu to Rotunda Junction in Colombo 3 will remain closed to traffic tonight. Several incidents of trees falling, damage to vehicles and disruptions to traffic movement had been reported in Colombo during the last few days, owing to the prevailing inclement weather conditions. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, and we continue with local news. Another road development project has been vested with the public under the 1,500 road development program this year. Under this program, the Vanuel Koller School Lane in Polgasovita has been developed and carpeted. It was opened by Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena today. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Maldives has issued a classification for Maldivian travellers regarding recent changes to Sri Lanka's tourist visa scheme. In a statement, the Maldivian Foreign Ministry stated that following the announcement of a new e-visa system in Sri Lanka, they have engaged in discussions with their Sri Lankan counterparts to ensure a smooth transition for Maldivian travellers. Currently, Maldivians can obtain a free 30-day tourist visa upon arrival in Sri Lanka. For stays exceeding 30 days, Maldivians can apply for a free 6-month visa online at https://www.srilankaevisa.lk/ This visa incurs an administrative fee. The statement added Maldivians who are already in Sri Lanka are required and require a visa extension may contact the Maldivian High Commission in Colombo. That ends the local segment of news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The main news story, the President says that several measures have been taken to safeguard women's rights. A separate commission will be appointed to implement conditions to empower women legally. He made these remarks while opening the Centre of Excellence for Women's Health Care at the District General Hospital in Kilinochchi this morning. This project, costing 5,320 million rupees, is in line with the government's initiative to enhance health sector facilities nationwide, and that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
We take a look at Watchlight. The Department of Railways has urged motorists to be vigilant while driving across railway crossings, as signal failures are possible at level crossings due to power breakdowns. Drivers are advised to be cautious when crossing level crossings if there is no signal or if the electric bells continue to ring with only a red signal at the crossings, and that came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
First, the headlines. Race to rescue villagers trapped after deadly landslide in Papua New Guinea. Pakistan to follow China's example to enhance exports. Australian minister urges Israel to abide by the International Court of Justice Rafah ruling. Emergency services are racing to reach villages hit by a massive landslide in Papua New Guinea's isolated Enga province, where hundreds of people are feared to have died. A rapid response team made up of medics and military personnel has managed to reach the isolated landslide site, humanitarian agency Care Australia said. But difficult terrain and damage to main roads is making rescue efforts difficult, it added, with highway access blocked and the area only accessible via helicopter. Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif said yesterday that his country will learn from China's experience to eradicate poverty and enhance exports to increase foreign exchange reserves, the Prime Minister's office said. In a meeting held in his office, Sharif said that China's success in lifting more than 700 million people out of poverty serves as a role model for Pakistan, the office said in a statement. He added that Pakistan wants to benefit from China's experiences in increasing exports, which will act as a major step to increase foreign exchange reserves and decrease poverty. A senior Australian government minister has urged Israel to abide by an order from the International Court of Justice to halt its military offensive in southern Gaza. The ICJ, the top court of the United Nations, on Friday ordered Israel to immediately halt its military assault on the southern Gaza city of Rafah and open the Rafah crossing between Egypt and Gaza to allow aid into the region. In response, Chris Bowen, Australia's Minister for Climate Change and Energy and a member of Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's cabinet, said the federal government supported the ruling. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Race to rescue villagers trapped after deadly landslide in Papua New Guinea. Pakistan to follow China's example to enhance exports. Australian minister urges Israel to abide by ICJ Rafah ruling. That ends this bulletin of world news.
Development news.
The Jaffna Hospital would be upgraded to a national hospital in the near future to enhance and ensure excellent healthcare standards in the northern province. The Cabinet has given its approval for the Karapiti Hospital also to be upgraded as a national hospital, and that was development news.
Moving on with sports news.
The United States pulled off a major upset as they beat Bangladesh by 5 wickets in the first T20 international of their 3-match series ahead of co-hosting the Men's T20 World Cup next month. USA, ranked 19th in the T20 international rankings, chased down their target of 154 with 3 balls to spare in Dallas, Texas, with former New Zealand international Corey Anderson finishing 34 not out. Bangladesh had appeared to be in control when the hosts needed 50 of the last 20 balls, but former India under-19 all-rounder Harmeet Singh hit 3 successive sixers to turn the tide. And that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
AIA Insurance proudly announces the inauguration of its newest regional development office in the heart of the Bandarawala city. This milestone marks another significant stride in AIA's commitment to extending its distribution network and delivering unparalleled insurance experiences to the community. With a vision to empower the people of Bandarawala with comprehensive insurance solutions, the newly launched office is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and staffed by a team of experienced insurance professionals. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka issued broad guidelines to licensed banks to further strengthen the functions of already established post-COVID-19 revival units and reformulate such units as business revival units. The enhanced scope of proposed BRUs will facilitate sustainable revival of viable businesses affected by the extraordinary macroeconomic conditions and ensure the proper handling of the increased impaired assets of licensed banks. And that was economic news.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. Due to the southwest monsoon condition, the prevailing showery and windy conditions are expected to continue. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragama, central, northwestern and southern provinces. Heavy showers of about 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the Sabaragama province and in the Nuwara district. Fairly heavy showers of about 75 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Galle and Matara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern and north-central provinces. Strong winds of about 50 to 60 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the central hills and in the northern, north-central, western, southern and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee district. Fairly strong winds of about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour can be expected at times elsewhere over the island. To end this bulletin of news, we take a look at the headlines again. The President says that smart agriculture will be introduced to villagers with the support of the government and the private sectors. Several roads in Colombo closed for traffic tonight due to bad weather. Landslide warnings have been issued to several districts in the island. Another road development project has been vested with the public in Polgasovita. Notice on new e-visa system for Maldivians travelling to Sri Lanka. In foreign news, race to rescue villagers trapped after deadly landslide in Papua New Guinea. That ends tonight's news broadcast. The time reads exactly 9 o'clock. This is Radio Sri Lanka.